Elena Campbell, leaned my elbows on the kitchen island, watching my husband, Robert, sip his morning coffee while our smart speaker gently chimed with today's schedule. Despite being awake for over an hour, I still couldn't mentally organize the day ahead, my thoughts scattered like digital fragments. Honey, don't make any plans for Nathan this weekend, Robert said as he set down his coffee cup beside his tablet displaying architectural blueprints. He's going through a really difficult time since the divorce, he said. I let out a small sigh that carried a weight of frustration. My husband's college friend, Nathan, had separated from his wife 3 months ago and had been gradually inserting himself into our lives ever since. What started as occasional visits had somehow escalated to an almost constant presence, complete with unsolicited help with our home's technology. All right, but I promised Lily I'd take her to check out that new laptop on Saturday, I reminded him. She needs it for her programming project, I added. Can't that wait until Sunday? Robert frowned, his eyes still fixed on his tablet screen. Nathan really needs someone right now. You know how hard it's been for him to find work in the tech sector lately, he said. I was about to respond when I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Our 15-year-old daughter, Lily, appeared, her honey blonde hair casually pulled back in a ponytail, phone clutched in her hand like an extension of herself. Good morning, Lily said as she opened the refrigerator, barely looking up from her screen. I'll be coding with the tech club after school today, so I'll be home late, she said. I studied my daughter's face with growing concern. Lately, Lily seemed more withdrawn, less enthusiastic about her usual tech projects. Was this just typical teenage behavior, or something more troubling? What time will you be home? I asked, trying to sound casual while feeling a twinge of worry. I'll be home by 6, Lily answered while pouring a glass of orange juice, her eyes darting back to her phone notification. Don't worry, she said. Robert was already heading toward the front door, car keys and tablet in hand. As the owner of a successful architectural design firm, he was always immersed in his latest creative vision. I might be late tonight, he called over his shoulder, already mentally at work. We're finalizing the hospital wing design, he said. As the door closed with a soft click, silence filled the kitchen, just mother and daughter now, surrounded by the subtle hum of our home devices. I treasured these fleeting moments of connection. So, are we still on for laptop shopping Saturday? I asked casually, watching Lily's reaction carefully. Lily's face brightened momentarily, the first genuine smile I had seen in days. Definitely. I've been comparing specs all week. I know exactly which models I want to check out, she said. I smiled, feeling a surge of warmth. Amid my hectic schedule at the tech company where I directed privacy-focused marketing campaigns, these Saturday outings with Lily had become my sanctuary. During the work week, I juggled deadlines, campaign strategies, and team management, but Saturdays belonged exclusively to me and Lily. Dad wants to invite Nathan over on Saturday, but I intend to keep our plans, I assured my daughter, sensing her unease. Our tech shopping date comes first, I said. A shadow seemed to cross Lily's face at the mention of Nathan's name. Then Lily nodded. But she looked like she wanted to say something more. Her fingers tightened around her phone, but in the end, she remained silent and shouldered her backpack. I need to go. I'll be late for the coding competition prep, she said. I also began gathering my things quickly. I had an important digital privacy campaign presentation today at the tech firm. I work downtown, a 30-minute drive from our quiet Newton neighborhood outside Boston. Glancing out the window at our spacious lawn with its smart irrigation system and well-maintained garden, I felt grateful for this life we'd built, even as an inexplicable unease crept along the edges of my contentment. In the evening, when I returned from work, Robert was already in the kitchen, tablet propped up showing design sketches. He seemed to have come home unusually early, and sitting next to him was Nathan, fingers dancing across his own laptop keyboard. Hey, Elena. Nathan smiled weakly, closing his laptop partially. Just stopped by to help Robert with some network security issues for his new office setup. I invited Nathan to dinner, Robert explained, closing his design app. The client meeting got postponed, so I thought it would be nice to catch up. I managed a tired smile as I set down my laptop bag, the weight of my workday still heavy on my shoulders. Well, that's nice. Lily's not home yet. She's at tech club, remember? I said. Robert took a beer from the refrigerator and handed one to Nathan without asking. While I began preparing dinner, Nathan launched into his familiar tale of woe, his voice carrying the rehearsed cadence of a story told too many times. She said my obsession with security made her feel suffocated. He sighed dramatically. 12 years of marriage ended because I wanted to protect our digital privacy, he added. I listened silently, chopping vegetables with more force than necessary. My feelings about Nathan had grown increasingly complex. His story never changed, an unfair divorce tale from his perspective with no accountability. I couldn't help thinking there must be another side to his perfect victim narrative. Lily arrived home just as we were setting the table, her laptop bag slung over one shoulder. Nathan? Lily appeared at the entrance, her body visibly tensing. I didn't know you were coming, she said. Last-minute decision, Robert answered, oblivious to his daughter's discomfort. Come on, dinner's ready. You can tell us about your coding competition, he said. At the dinner table, Nathan began talking about his job search woes and his ex-wife's unreasonable demands. Lily remained unusually quiet, pushing food around her plate and keeping her eyes down. I noticed Lily seemed to be deliberately avoiding any interaction with Nathan. How's the Python project coming along? Nathan asked Lily, leaning slightly too close. Fine. Lily answered curtly, then immediately stood up with her plate. I have a coding assignment to finish. I need to work on it in my room, she said. Listening to Lily's hurried footsteps on the stairs, I frowned with deepening concern. My daughter's abrupt exit seemed driven by more than typical teenage moodiness. Don't worry about her, I said to Nathan, though my own unease was growing. She gets pretty intense about her programming projects, I said. After dinner, Robert pulled me aside in the kitchen and spoke in a hushed tone. Could you be a little more supportive of Nathan? He's really struggling to get back on his feet in the tech industry, he said. I looked at my husband's worried face, noting the loyalty that had always defined their friendship since college. I understand he's your friend, but I still plan to keep my Saturday laptop shopping promise with Lily, I said. Of course. Robert placed his hand on her shoulder, squeezing gently. Your tech outings with her are important, he said. I felt momentarily reassured by his words, but somewhere in my mind, warning signals were starting to flash. That night, I peeked into Lily's room to find my daughter apparently asleep, but the subtle glow of a phone quickly hidden under the pillow didn't escape my notice. In the dim light, I could see what looked like tension etched across Lily's face, even in sleep. Several weeks passed, and the first hints of autumn colored the digital calendar notifications on my devices. While preparing for the morning routine, I knocked on Lily's bedroom door, concerned about my daughter's recent behavior changes. Lily, time to get up. Your coding club meets early today, I said to her. With no response, I knocked again, a knot of worry tightening in my stomach. Finally, a faint, okay, filtered through the door. I frowned, my maternal instincts firing warning signals. My daughter, once so enthusiastic about morning coding sessions, had been noticeably withdrawn lately. For the past 2 weeks, Lily seemed reluctant to even touch her devices, a radical change for a girl who once lived for technology. When Lily finally came down to the kitchen, dark shadows underlined her eyes, making her look unnaturally pale in the glow of the phone displays. She reached for toast, but didn't take a bite, just stared at it while her phone repeatedly buzzed with notifications she seemed afraid to check. Are you feeling sick? I asked, my worry intensifying as I watched my daughter's uncharacteristic detachment from her phone. I'm fine, Lily answered curtly, finally glancing at her screen before her expression tensed visibly. Did something happen? You look upset about those messages, I pressed, trying to glimpse the screen. Nothing, Lily said too quickly, shoving her phone deep in her pocket and abandoning her untouched breakfast. I've got the STEM competition prep session today, so I need to go early, she said. I wanted to push further, but Lily had already grabbed her backpack and was practically running for the door. As it closed behind my daughter, I stood alone in the kitchen, the house automated systems humming around her, amplifying rather than filling the silence. During my workday at the tech company, I found myself repeatedly distracted by thoughts of Lily. Last week, I'd received a concerning email from Lily's computer science teacher. Lily's coding project grades are declining significantly. She's stopped participating in online forums and group projects entirely. I had shared these concerns with Robert, but he'd barely looked up from his design tablet. It's just a phase, he dismissed, swiping through blueprints. All teenagers get moody about school sometimes, he added. That evening, when I returned from work, I found Nathan sitting comfortably in our living room, his laptop connected to our home network, multiple windows open on his screen that he quickly minimized upon seeing me. Hey, Elena, Nathan smiled with unsettling familiarity. Robert's running late at the design firm. I let myself in with the smart lock code he gave me. I forced a tight smile, uncomfortable with how easily Nathan had accessed their home. Where's Lily? I asked. She hasn't come back yet, Nathan answered, his eyes returning to his screen while his fingers continued typing. Your home network needed some security updates. Could you bring me something to drink? Water with ice would be great, he said. Despite the irritation burning in my chest, I went to the kitchen, noting how Nathan had made himself completely at home, his belongings scattered across our coffee table. He kept talking about his job search in cybersecurity, but there was never any progress, just increasingly intimate knowledge of our home systems. Then my phone rang, Lily's name flashing on the screen. Mom, can I stay at Madison's house tonight? Her voice carried an unmistakable tension that sent alarm bells ringing in my mind. What about your coding project deadline? I asked. I finished everything, Lily answered too quickly, her voice unnaturally high. Are you sure everything's okay? You know you can talk to me about anything, right? I moved farther away from the living room, lowering my voice. Nothing's wrong. I just want to work on something with Madison. Lily's voice rose slightly, edged with desperation. Please? She said. I sighed, my concern mounting by the second. All right, but be home by tomorrow evening and keep your location sharing on, okay? I said. After hanging up, I turned to find Nathan watching me from the doorway, his interest in my conversation unsettling. How's Lily doing with her programming? He asked with an oddly specific interest. She's staying in a friend's house. She seems different lately, I said. I could check her devices for malware if you'd like, Nathan said. I couldn't hide my discomfort at his offer. I can handle our family's tech issues, but thanks, I said. Nathan's expression darkened, his eyes cooling. Aren't I practically family at this point? Robert and I go way back, he said. Just as I was formulating a careful response, the front door opened, and Robert walked in, bringing welcome relief to the tense atmosphere. Hey, everyone. Nathan, you're here already? I see you've made yourself comfortable, he said. Nathan's demeanor instantly shifted, his smile returning as he greeted his old friend. That night in bed, I tried again to discuss my concerns with Robert. Lily's behavior is seriously worrying me. She's avoiding her devices, her grades are dropping, and she seems almost afraid to be home, I said. Robert answered with a dismissive yawn, his attention on his tablet until the last possible moment. All teenagers go through phases with technology. Remember how we used to shut down our computers to avoid instant messages? He said. But this is different, I insisted, my marketing director's analytical mind cataloging the concerning patterns. She seems genuinely afraid of something digital or someone, I said. You're overthinking this. Robert turned off his tablet and the light simultaneously. Your cybersecurity campaign at work is making you paranoid about everything, he added. The next evening, Lily returned home as promised, but her behavior remained deeply concerning. She barely acknowledged our smart home's greeting system, keeping her head down as she rushed upstairs. I knocked gently on her door later, but the only response was a muffled, busy with coding homework, though I could hear no typing from inside. That Saturday morning, as I was making coffee while checking security updates on my tablet, Lily came rushing down the stairs, her phone clutched so tightly her knuckles were white. What's wrong? I asked, immediately noticing her daughter's distress. Nothing, Lily answered too quickly, but her hand was visibly trembling. A notification flashed across her phone screen, and I caught a glimpse of multiple message alerts before Lily hastily darkened the display and turned location services off with practice movements. Lily, I said quietly, employing the same gentle tone I use when addressing anxious clients. If someone's bothering you online, you can talk to me. I deal with digital privacy issues every day at work, I said. Lily's eyes widened, and for a brief moment, she seemed ready to confide something important. However, the smart lock on the front door chimed its entry tone, and Nathan walked in unannounced, his laptop bag slung over his shoulder. Hey, everyone, he called with artificial cheerfulness that didn't reach his eyes. Beautiful morning for some system upgrades, isn't it? I brought some new security cameras for your smart home setup, he said. Lily's expression instantly transformed from vulnerability to rigid fear. She immediately stood up, clutching her phone against her chest like a shield. I'm going back to my room, she announced flatly, then practically ran up the stairs, the sound of her door locking echoing down the hallway. Nathan watched her retreat with a slight frown, his eyes lingering too long on the staircase. Teenagers and their devices, he commented, setting his laptop on the kitchen counter and opening it with practiced efficiency. So sensitive about their digital privacy these days. I went through a similar phase when I was first learning about network security, he said. I studied Nathan's face carefully, her marketing trained eye noting the disconnect between his friendly words and his calculating expression. His smile appeared perfectly constructed, but his eyes remained cold and observant, like cameras recording everything. Where's Robert? Nathan asked, already connecting his laptop to our home network without permission. He went to the office early to finish the hospital wing designs, I said. I see. Nathan looked around the kitchen, his gaze lingering on me in a way that made me skin crawl. Just the two of us then? Perfect timing. I've been wanting to show you some interesting things I found on your network, he said. Something in his tone triggered my internal alarm system. Every instinct from years of digital marketing and privacy work screamed danger. I stood up abruptly, reaching for my phone. I need to prepare for a conference call with the New York office, I said. It's Saturday today, Nathan said, his voice hardening as he moved between me and the doorway. Your company doesn't have weekend calls scheduled. I checked your shared calendar, he said. I felt a cold rush of fear at this admission of surveillance. Well, I have some urgent privacy campaign materials to review, I counted, trying to maintain composure. As I attempted to step around him toward the stairs, Nathan grabbed my wrist, my fingers pressing into her skin. Elena, I need to talk to you about what I've discovered about your online activities, he said. At that precise moment, Lily called from the top of the stairs, her voice thin with controlled panic. Mom? She said. Nathan immediately released my wrist, stepping back with fluid casualness. I turned toward my daughter, noting with growing alarm how pale Lily looked, her eyes darting between me and Nathan. What is it, honey? I asked. Lily hesitated, clearly improvising. You promised we go laptop shopping this weekend for my coding project. Could we go today? The tech store has that special demo I wanted to see, she said. I looked between Nathan's controlled expression and Lily's desperate eyes, comprehension dawning like a terrible sunrise. Something was definitely happening beneath the surface of their digital lives. I didn't yet understand the full picture, but my daughter's fear was real and undeniable. Of course, I said with forced lightness, already reaching for my car keys and password-protected tablet. Get your research notes together, and we'll leave in 30 minutes, I said. My sedan entered the crowded Galleria Mall parking complex on Saturday afternoon. After searching briefly, I found a spot near Tech World, deliberately avoiding the underground garage. I glanced worriedly at Lily, who kept switching her phone between airplane mode and active status. Are you okay? I asked as I parked. Yes, Lily answered tersely, scanning the lot while gripping her phone tightly. Inside the mall's bright, security camera monitored interior, Lily relaxed slightly. After a quick lunch, we headed to Tech World where Lily examined laptops with enhanced security features. I noticed her asking unusually specific questions about firewalls and VPNs. For a moment, comparing computers felt normal, our usual tech shopping ritual. But I couldn't ignore how Lily's eyes darted nervously with each notification, constantly checking exits and scanning faces. When needing the restroom, Lily asked with unexpected vulnerability, "Come with me." This triggered my concern. Her independent daughter never requested such accompaniment. "Is something worrying you?" I asked carefully. "Just tired from coding," Lily replied unconvincingly. "You've been acting different around your devices lately. Did something happen online?" I pressed gently. Lily started to speak, but her phone vibrated. Checking it, her face paled instantly. "Let's buy this one and leave," she said abruptly, closing the laptop. "Don't you want to check other models?" I asked, confused. "Please." "Mom," Lily's voice carried unmistakable urgency. "This one's perfect. And I'm feeling anxious in these crowds," she said. After completing the purchase, we headed toward the exit, Lily clutching her new laptop and phone tightly. "Lily, slow down. What's frightening you?" I asked, struggling to keep pace. "I just need to get to the car. Please trust me," Lily replied without turning back. Outside, I momentarily lost orientation in the vast lot. "Where did we park?" I said. "Over there, row to 4, Lily pointed, suddenly freezing as her phone vibrated. "Let's hurry. Turn off your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth now," she whispered urgently. At the car, Lily practically dove inside, shouting, "Turn off your phone. Everything. He's tracking our digital footprints." I disabled all connections as requested, bewildered by Lily's panic. "Look over there." Lily pointed, trembling toward the service entrance. Through the rows of cars, I spotted Nathan with a specialized tablet, antennas attached, clearly tracking something us. "That's Nathan? What's he doing?" I whispered in disbelief. "He's been stalking us digitally for months. Our phones, laptops, everything," Lily explained through tears. "He installed tracking software when he fixed our devices," she said. Nathan suddenly looked up, locking eyes with us. He rushed toward our car with alarming determination. I started the engine with shaking hands as Nathan approached rapidly. He positioned himself before our vehicle, tapping the windshield with his device. "I need to explain about your network security," he mouthed with a disturbing smile. "Mom, help. He sees everything we do online." Lily's voice was thin with terror. I swerved around Nathan and accelerated toward the exit. In the mirror, I saw him running after us, face contorted with rage. As we escaped into the open street, I finally exhaled. "I'm so sorry, Mom," Lily sobbed. "I should have told you sooner," she said. I pulled into a small strip mall and turned to my trembling daughter. "What's happening, Lily?" "I need to understand everything," I said. Lily wiped her tears, still clutching her power-down phone. "He's been digitally stalking us," she explained. "First, he appeared at my coding competitions randomly. Then he started commenting on my private GitHub repositories and mentioning photos I never shared," Lily explained. "When did this begin?" I asked, horror spreading through me. "2 months ago. When Dad asked him to upgrade our network security, he installed backdoors to everything, our phones, laptops, the smart home system," she said. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" "I wanted to protect Dad," Lily explained sadly. "Nathan said reporting him would destroy their friendship. He told me, 'No one will understand, I'm just keeping you safe.'" "Was he accessing my devices too?" I asked. Lily nodded. "He bragged about monitoring your fascinating data patterns. He seemed obsessed with your digital footprint," she said. Suddenly, Nathan's car screeched to a halt in front of us, blocking our exit. "Mom!" Lily screamed as Nathan approached with a tracking device. I quickly reversed, finding another exit. Nathan ran alongside, pounding on the window. "I'm protecting you," he shouted. "I see all your data. We're connected." I sped away, checking constantly for pursuit. After 20 minutes, I pulled into a busy rest area. "He'll track us when we turn our phones on," Lily whispered. "No, he won't," I stated firmly. "I'm calling cybercrimes right now," I said. She called the police, explaining the digital stalking situation professionally. Then I contacted Robert, who struggled to accept the truth. This isn't a misunderstanding, I insisted. He's monitoring our entire digital lives. Lily is terrified. But he's my oldest friend. Robert's voice cracked. And Lily is your daughter, I counted. You must choose your friendship or your family's safety. After a long silence, Robert finally made his decision. I understand. I'm coming right away. I comforted Lily, who apologized for keeping secrets. You did nothing wrong. From now on, we face digital issues together. We're family, I said. As I prepared for the challenges ahead, one thing was certain. I would never again allow anyone to compromise our family's boundaries. 6 months later, on a bright spring afternoon, my car drove through the tree-lined streets of Newton, Massachusetts. In the passenger seat, Lily watched the scenery through her new augmented reality glasses, her expression calm and focused. How was your session with Dr. Carter? I asked. Really productive, Lily smiled, removing her R glasses. Dr. Carter says my digital confidence is showing remarkable recovery. We worked on some advanced privacy settings today. Since that frightening day, our lives had transformed completely. The cybercrimes unit had seized Nathan's equipment, discovering an elaborate digital surveillance network documenting our family's online existence. Following a thorough investigation, the court issued restraining orders, and Nathan was diagnosed with a technological variant of delusional disorder, now under court-mandated treatment. Dad sent a message. I showed Lily my secure messaging app. He's cooking tonight and wants to know if we should pick up extra firewall protection, I said. Lily laughed at our new family joke. His digital security skills are improving, but his cooking is still hopeless. Robert had struggled with his friend's betrayal, but we'd all grown through specialized counseling for digital stalking victims. Did you tell Dad about the cybersecurity scholarship yet? Lily asked. Not yet. I smiled with pride. I thought we could share the news together tonight, I said. Lily had been accepted into a prestigious program for ethical hacking and digital privacy. I want to help people understand and protect their digital boundaries, she had explained. As we pulled into Tech World parking lot, the same mall from 6 months ago, Lily checked our shopping list without anxiety. We're parking in the open lot this time, I noted, choosing a spot near security cameras. I'm not afraid of digital footprints anymore. I just understand how to control them now, Lily said with newfound confidence. That's exactly right. True digital citizenship means understanding boundaries while supporting each other through modern complexities. We entered the mall with matching strides. I was proud of how my daughter had transformed trauma into empowerment. Where should we start our tech shopping? I asked, genuinely relaxed. Let's check out the new security software first, Lily suggested brightly. We have all the time in the world to browse, right? Lily asked. I nodded, watching my daughter move confidently through the store. In this interconnected age, we'd learn the most important lesson. True security came from family bonds stronger than any network.